"Are you sure we should do this?" Jessica asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Isaac nodded hesitantly. "It's just like in the videos," he said, though his words lacked confidence. Before we dive into this story, please consider subscribing to my channel, turning on notifications, and letting me know where you're watching from in the comments. In the bustling city of Lagos, nestled in a quiet compound, two families, Ngozis and Adas, were the perfect example of neighborly harmony. Their bond extended beyond friendship, it was family-like. Ngozi's son, Isaac, and Ada's daughter, Jessica, both 12 years old, shared an inseparable connection. They attended the same school, played together every day, and were often seen running around the compound with carefree laughter. Isaac, being Ngozi's only child, was her pride and joy. To keep him entertained and aid his studies, Ngozi had gifted him a sleek smartphone. Initially, Isaac used it innocently, playing colorful games and streaming cartoons on YouTube. Jessica was always by his side, watching and laughing as they explored the phone's features. The phone became their shared treasure, a source of endless amusement during quiet afternoons. One evening, with the compound unusually still and their mothers out at the market, Isaac decided to show Jessica something new he'd discovered. As he scrolled through the phone, he stumbled upon an app filled with countless videos. It wasn't one he usually opened, but today, curiosity tugged at him. His finger hovered over a thumbnail, displaying a dramatic image with bold colors and expressions. "What's that, Isaac?" Jessica whispered, leaning closer. "I don't know," Isaac replied, grinning. "Let's see." The two children crept into Isaac's room and locked the door. They sat cross-legged on his bed, the phone between them. When the video started, they were greeted with strange scenes they didn't quite understand. The characters on the screen spoke in low, dramatic tones, their actions unfamiliar yet oddly intriguing. Jessica's eyes widened. "What are they doing?" Isaac shrugged, his eyes glued to the screen. "I don't know." Their fascination grew as they watched, unable to look away. There was something forbidden about it, something thrilling, even though they couldn't fully grasp what it meant. They exchanged confused glances, but said nothing, letting the mysterious scenes play out before them. Suddenly, the sound of the compound gate creaking open jolted them out of their trance. Panic set in as they realized their mothers might be back. Isaac fumbled with the phone, his hands trembling, but instead of closing the video, he accidentally turned the volume up. Jessica gasped. "Turn it off. They'll hear us." "I'm trying." Isaac whispered urgently, his heart pounding.
Footsteps echoed from the compound. The children froze, listening. The voices of their mothers grew louder as they approached the apartment. Desperation took over as Isaac finally managed to close the app and shove the phone under his pillow. The door handle rattled. "Isaac, open this door," Ngozi's voice called. Both children decided to pretend like they were playing hide and seek. Mrs. Ngozi did see anything suspicious about them because she was used to seeing Jessica around. The next day, Isaac and Jessica returned from school, their uniforms slightly rumpled from the day's activities. The moment they entered the compound, they noticed the silence. Their parents were out again. Their hearts raced with a mix of excitement and nervousness. Isaac dashed into his room, quickly tossing his school bag onto the bed. He changed into a simple t-shirt and shorts. Jessica, in her room, hurriedly slipped into a casual dress and tiptoed to Isaac's door. She knocked softly, and he opened it, his face lighting up when he saw her. "Jessica, I've been waiting for you," he said, his voice low but eager. "Let's finish the movie from yesterday," she replied, her eyes wide with anticipation. Isaac nodded, locking the door behind her. They both climbed onto the bed, the phone resting between them. Isaac swiped through the apps and found the video. As the screen lit up with the paused image from the previous day, their curiosity rekindled. "Let's keep this a secret," Isaac whispered, glancing at Jessica. Jessica nodded quickly. "Of course. Just you and me." The video resumed, and the strange, unfamiliar scenes unfolded before them. They still didn't understand much of what they were watching, but something about it felt thrilling and forbidden. It became their little secret, a world they could retreat to when the compound was quiet and their parents were away. Over the next few months, their secret routine continued. The moment their parents left the house, Jessica would sneak into Isaac's room. The door would lock, and they would sit side by side on the bed, eyes glued to the glowing screen. Each new video seemed more mysterious and strange than the last. At first, they still played in the compound and shared their usual laughter, but slowly, things began to change. They became quieter, more reserved. The vibrant games and cheerful shouts that once echoed around the compound faded into silence. Their parents noticed the shift but chalked it up to the children growing up. Ngozi approached Isaac one evening while he sat silently on the living room couch. "Isaac, is everything okay? You've been so quiet lately," she asked, her brow furrowed. "I'm fine, Mama," Isaac replied, avoiding her gaze. In Ada's apartment, Jessica was similarly reserved. When Ada asked why she wasn't playing outside, Jessica would simply shrug and say, "I don't feel like it." The bond between Isaac and Jessica remained, but it felt different. They were no longer the carefree, playful children who ran around the compound. Instead, they shared stolen glances and exchanged whispers about their secret world. One evening, as they watched yet another video, Jessica turned to Isaac. "Do you think it's bad that we're watching these?" she asked hesitantly. Isaac paused the video and looked at her. "I don't know. It's just interesting, right?" Jessica nodded but didn't seem convinced. "Maybe. But what if someone finds out?" "We won't let them," Isaac said firmly. "It's our secret." But the weight of their secret was starting to show. Both children became more withdrawn, their moods shifting unpredictably. Jessica would sometimes burst into tears without explanation, while Isaac grew irritable and defensive when questioned. Isaac and Jessica had ventured deeper into